So everyone says, don't judge other people. Don't be judgmental. Judge not lest thee be judged. So how can we take an inventory of ourselves and understand what kind of person we are if other people are not judging us? So it leaves it up to us to judge ourselves. And we must be fair and also give the right sentences or punishments based on that judging. An example of this is me looking back at my childhood or my past. For as long as I can remember, I never really did anything good for other people. It's like, sure, I held a door open for somebody, or I took the trash out, but I wasn't doing anything on a consistent basis to help those around me. So you could say, oh, they're just little kids, you can't blame them. Well, that's okay, but at the same time, I'm an adult now, and I have many years to make up for what I didn't know before. When did I do anything for someone that it wasn't for myself? I can't even remember. I try to think of good things I did. One time I helped out a guy who, was bleeding, and, we were in a BB gun war, and he got shot in the face. So he was going into shock, and I helped him out, and he was okay. But I was the one that shot him, right? So yeah, I helped him out, but I'm the one that caused the trouble. That's just another example. So I think back when I volunteered. I used to volunteer for Special Olympics, which I thought was a good thing. And, I did a few other little things, but there was no major movement to help other people. And I don't know if this is because nobody ever told me or because I was too wrapped up in my own world, but it was a big wake-up call to think about this. So I have to assume that some people watching this still may be at the point where they haven't done anything good for other people, but there's still time. The game is not over. You have to be the judge and set the sentence. So I sentenced myself to a life of service, a life of good behavior. I was going to change the person I was into who I want to become. And I'm using my own judgment to do this. Now, this idea is not meant as a tool to beat ourselves up and feel bad. We can also sentence ourselves or reward ourselves when we do good things. If we don't reward ourselves while at the same time punishing ourselves, we're not being fair. So this is not a negative thing. And many times when you're on the right path, you're not going to have to punish yourself for doing what you're doing because you're doing the right thing. A friend of mine told me recently that he was being very thankful and very appreciative of people around him. And when I heard him and when I saw him around other people, I saw this in action. And I saw that it was making a difference. So I started doing this. Even though I already knew it, I wasn't practicing it. And once I started practicing it, I started feeling better. And now I can see it's worthwhile. I would say that this judging of oneself is a more advanced psychological exercise. It's not something you do to sit around, well, I'm going to judge myself. This is something you do when you're taking your time, you're relaxing, you're trying to think of ways to make your life better. You have to use your imagination to do this, right? There's no job of judging yourself and you're going to get paid for it. You have to use your brain and just sit there in quiet and think about this. And remember, it's worth it. So who am I to say what's good or bad for your life? This is up to you. Good or bad in my life is because of my environment or my setting. It may be completely different than yours, but you can still do this exercise. I think everyone can make someone else's life better. You don't have to wait till you're 18. You don't have to wait till you have a lot of money. You don't have to wait till you're in the right circumstances. You just have to go do it. Think about Mother Teresa. She had no money, no one was really helping her out, but she ended up in one of the poorest places in the world, helping hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people. And people are talking about her, and they're going to keep talking about her for probably another 100 years. So look around the world, right? Look around your life. See if you can think of things that can be improved. Think of people around you, or in your family, or your friends, that you can maybe help their life in a little way. Or, even by helping yourself. But do it in a way that is going to benefit others too, so it's not a selfish action. Last but not least, remember the answers are out there. They're all around us. We just have to figure it out. And many times we hear people say, wow, I never saw that before. I never thought about it that way. But it was always right there. This is the beauty of learning, and this is the beauty of how to figure out ourselves. And if we haven't seen these things before, and then they pop in our head, it's a reminder, or it's a judgment of ourselves that we could do a little better. So, start today. Do a little something to help somebody else. It doesn't have to be giving money. It could be giving a compliment. It could help somebody walk across the street. Just do something today to help another person beside yourself. See how it makes you feel. See how it makes them feel.